Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight we are going to have a more of a serious conversation, more of a upfront conversation. Thank you for coming. That Amber chick, welcome to the live. If you could please let people know that we live over here, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Share mirror also, if you can let people know that we are live over here, I would greatly appreciate that. Um, yes, yes, yes. So tonight's topic can be looked at as kind of heavy, but I do think that is a topic that needs to be talked about. Let's talk about racial disrespect. We all within our race have things that are said that maybe should not be said about us that are disrespectful, right? But sometimes I think people think racial disrespect or racism goes one or two ways. And that's not always the case. That is not always the case. Racism is alive and well. Racism is in every nationality, it's in every group of people. It's just the reality of what it is. When you understand that, and when you understand your nationality, your culture, your roots, your do's and don'ts as an individual, you could then understand the disrespect to other races. This live was brought about because of a content creator, they said, called another content creator a dog, or, you know, told him to go back to quote unquote his master or whatever the case may be. Um, Certain words, when you use them against certain ethnicities, will trigger and will come out looking as a racial slur. Now, do I think this particular content creator is racist? No, not at all. No, not at all. Do I think she maybe used a bad choice of words? Absolutely. Do I think that she should maybe apologize? Absolutely. But that very one situation does not define her as a bona fide racist based on the definition of the word. None of us are exempt from saying things. We've all said things. We've all said things about different cultures. We've all said things about different races. Welcome to the live Diamond Girl. Welcome to the live Terry. Welcome to the live One Long Wolf. Welcome, welcome. The reason why I put this picture up and now I realized I should have had a Latino man on here as well. I apologize for not representing the Latino community, but we have an Asian man, we have a black man, we have a white man. Why did I put these people on the thumbnail? We're all different. We're all different from each other, right? Each and every person deserves respect because respect is deserved to be given to a dog. When you are a Caucasian male or female and you use the term dog or go back to your master, that from an African American will be taken the wrong way. And it will be looked at as a racial slur. Just the facts. Whether you meant it to be that or not, sometimes it's not what we meant something to be, but it's all about what we said. I hope I'm making sense here. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, you got a point there, Diamond Girl. You totally got a point there. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a conversation. Let's talk about racial disrespect and how it looks for all races, all nationalities. Me, myself, I'm an African American man, so I can only give you the perspective of an African American man. I'm not an Asian man, I'm not a Caucasian man, and I'm not a Latino man. There are certain things that you just don't call African American people. There are certain things you just don't call Asian American people. There are certain things that you just don't call Latino people. And there are things that you just don't call Caucasian people. These are things that we were taught growing up or should have been. Some people can look at it, some people may have been raised different. And while we all joke around, in everybody's household, they've said some things that could have been racially insensitive. Remember that word, racially insensitive, different from racially being racist. Total difference. And somebody got to step up and do it. Somebody got to step up and do it. You know? And yeah. Lost my train of thought. Sometimes you're brought up and little things that are said around the house weren't meant to be said outside of the house. You know? So when those things are taken outside of the house and you say those things and then people look at you with a strange look. You know what I mean? We'll turn the fan on real quick. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Serious topic. Getting hot in here. Serious topic. Talk to me. Oh, come outside. Walk with me. Let me hear you say, talk to me. Talk to me. Come outside and walk with me. Oh. Welcome to the live just chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Guys, if you can share this live, let people know that we are live over here. I will drop the link, the StreamYard link. For anybody that wants to come up, I think it's important that we can get people from other nationalities on this live tonight, or at least attempt to. Um, it definitely is here in America. That is uh, could be offensive. Have I used that term before? Absolutely. You know, was it the right thing to say? No. But sometimes when you grow up saying things, at that time, that term probably didn't have the effect that it may have today. The term Karen was just a name. You try calling somebody a Karen today. Times change, things change. There's so many different movements that are going on right now. So many different movements that are going on right now that are bringing attention to things that have happened many, many years ago that we all laughed about back then, that we all joked about back then. Now it's serious situations. People are getting canceled over things they've done 5, 10 years ago. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. Am I wrong for singing this song? Ooh, am I wrong for singing this song? My son is white. His wife is black. My son has more discrimination and aggressive behavior from people when they go in public. The hate is put towards my son, the white man. Yep. And I can see that. I can see that, Diamond Girl. I can see that happening a lot. Um, and I think it's because of the history um, of the Caucasian man, right? Uh, how some people feel deep, deep down inside about that nationality. Um, it's not right. Everybody should be treated equal. Everybody should be treated with respect. Everybody should be treated with honor until they prove otherwise. That's just the facts. Facts on top of facts on top of facts. Had to say it. Had to say it. there's all type of things nowadays. We have addict shaming is a term now. Hate speech is a term now. So sometimes you have to be very careful with your words. But a lot of times people use words that are, well, how can I say this? Excuse me. A lot of times people use expired words. And what I mean by the expired words is words that didn't affect or didn't have a reaction years ago. But today they have a massive reaction. It ultimately can end your career. Like the F bomb. Not the FUCK, the other F bomb. Man, in the hood, we used to run around saying it all the time. If you say that today, you will have a community on your back like no tomorrow. You will have a community on your back like no tomorrow. It's just not accepted in today's society. A lot of things has changed since the past, and a lot of things are being looked at nowadays through a different microscope, through a different lens, by different people with different mindsets. Think about it. In the 70s, I don't think they didn't have the internet. YouTube wasn't here. Facebook wasn't here. TikTok wasn't here. These are situations that open up an enormous stream of income for individuals, right? It also makes things more visual to the public, by way of the public. No longer are you sitting down waiting for the 6 o'clock news. No longer are you sitting down waiting for the 11 o'clock news. You just go to your local blog and they'll have the news before the news. So you're probably watching the news to get a sophisticated outlook on whatever the situation is, but you've probably got more information from the independent source that you first seen the story on your social media. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. We have to respect each other. We have to understand each other, but also know there are some words that if you say them in a certain context, is going to make you seem racist. You may very well not be racist, but you will seem racist. And that goes for every nationality we see here. Everyone. Black men hate white men, but they love white women. Black women are victims to the culture between the men. I don't hate anybody. I really don't, because I do things off the individual's basis, and then a lot of things are based off of how people were raised. You know, you're dealing with somebody that's 80 years old and they say something derogatory to you. Are you really going to be mad at that person? That person lived like that their whole life. You think they're going to change at 80? No. White men hate black men. Like you, Will, you would love to be loved by a white woman, but you would hate her. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't hate nobody. I wouldn't. No, I am being honest. I am being honest. I don't. I won't hate her male cousins. I have a lot of homies that I deal with all day that are white at the places that I frequent. A lot of one of my friends that are going to be at my birthday dinner on my birthday um is Caucasian man. His name is Sean. You know, when I grew up as a kid, people don't know my neighbors were Caucasian. In the project, they were the only Caucasian family in the projects. The only Caucasian family in the projects. So no, that's not true. That's totally not true um, at all. It's totally not true. You know, totally not true. Totally not true. I believe you got to give a person a chance to display who they are, and you'll see who they are. A lot of times, people aren't racist. A lot of times, they're more prejudiced, and I think maybe that's the word that should be used in a lot of these situations is the prejudice of the situation, because the individual themselves are 9 times out of 10 probably not racist because they probably have family members in other nationalities. Everything is mixed nowadays. We have so many biracial children, growing up, coming up nowadays. So, you know, when when you really, really sit down and look at the grand scheme of things, I'm really not seeing, and then I say it, think about it, I'm really not seeing people be all out racist. I think it's more of prejudices and folk tales and things of that nature. They are not aware of that. You know, understanding and being able to want to understand other individuals is key and important as well. I feel, you know, you really got to take the time to get to know other cultures. You really got to take the time to get to know other races, so then that way you know what's good and what's not good, what's okay and what's not okay. You know? Am I making sense here? Am I making sense here? We're gonna do 30 seconds. Put a one in the chat if y'all feel where I'm coming from. Put a two in the chat if you are not. I see two. We got 9, 10 people in here, but I only see two ones. I should probably see some more. Ones or twos, however you feel. Do 30 seconds again. So just chat, I also feel like when geographics plays a part in that as well, you know? Because if you're down south, that's probably how they talk, you know? And I think that's also a missing piece to the puzzle is the geographics and demographics of particular things and how things are done in your, region of the world. The words that are used to describe people, you know? I think the world itself, and I think everybody can play their part in this, is the world itself needs to educate everyone. Everyone needs to educate everyone. African American people needs to know what not to say to the Caucasian person. African Americans need to know what not to say to the Asian or the Latino person. And that goes all around for everyone. All around for everyone. Hold on for a minute, guys. Let me mute. Oh man. So I guess this concept must have ruffled some feathers. I don't understand what I said wrong or what I was dishonest about. Could somebody probably help me understand? Could somebody help me understand? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out now. Share, man. I don't know. I thought this was a good conversation. I thought this was going well, but black men hate white women. Black men hate white men, but they love white women. Black women are victims to this culture because the men, in my opinion, from what I have lived, I just don't think that's true. I don't hate anybody like you, real. You would love to be loved by a white woman, but you would hate her white family men. Yes. No, that's not true. It's not true. I'm gonna hate people that hate me. But if you haven't done anything to me, why would I why would I hate you? If I were to hate somebody because of their skin color, that would in turn make me racist. Right? Just because I'm black doesn't mean I can't be racist. Right? Am I saying anything wrong? Hold on for a minute, guys. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that want to come up. Maybe somebody can explain to me what did I say wrong. Just I don't understand what's going on right now. You know. So if nobody's gonna click the link and come up, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. I thought this was a great conversation to have, but evidently it's too triggering. I don't think people can handle it. So going forward, I won't be doing any topics like this anymore at all. At all. Everybody have a great night. Thank you all for coming. And yeah, thank you all for coming.